Welcome, welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you should be looking at this.
Get
All
this
right, so
shared
I'm
out
gonna
to some folks.
make sure. Okay, so I see us rolling. Are we sending it out now?
You know what? That's all right. We can wait.
Okay.
All right. So good day. My name is Alicia Minto, coming in from South Carolina.
Peace, family. This is Chris Cave from New Jersey.
It's your girl Tashin coming in from South Carolina.
We are bringing you real money talk
From real people.
With real struggles on a real journey to financial freedom.
We are called to break down the global economic concepts and ideas
To help you grasp and understand the realities of what's happening around you and how it impacts your livelihood.
So hear the red pill revelation from our perspective as thinkers as we navigate through this twilight zone and what we can do in the now to protect ourselves.
We are real money talk, real money entourage.
We are Real Money Entourage.
We are the Real Money Entourage.
And we are welcome.
With the real talk.
I know, with the real talk, that is the truth, which is why we are excited to bring you this real talk, because our girl Alicia pointed out something so key. We talked our last conversation, which was actually, we just thought about it, was early Saturday morning. So you want to check that out on this channel, under our channel. You'll be able to see that episode and the previous episodes that we have done up to that point. But we were talking about on that episode, Chris had brought up or shared a video about the $2,000 stimulus. And he was talking about the stimulus and what that actually does for the economy. And he kept using the term money. We are the Real Money Entourage, right? And Alicia was like, we kept correcting Chris and saying currency, but we actually used the wrong vernacular. We need to do better. And we actually have not set the stage as we intended to do. So we're going to back this up a little bit and share with you what real money is. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, ma'am.
All right. So we definitely want to be able to let you all know what real money is. And I know that for a long time, probably through your entire upbringing, you assumed that this was money. So we want to give you the real money attributes when it comes to what defines what real money is. So Tashin, you can bring up that graphic. Okay, so money has some attributes. We want to make sure that you're aware of what those are. So we're going to go over these attributes, and the wording can be interchangeable when talking about the attributes of money, but by far these are the definitions of them. So the first thing is that it needs to be portable, right? So we know that I can take this, I can put it in my wallet, put it in my purse, and I can walk somewhere, and then I can go and exchange it. So it's portable. Another part is that it's verifiable, okay? So I can look on here and determine that it's not counterfeit, it's a real piece of currency that has been identified with its, authenticity, or, whatever markings are on it. They can put the little marker on it to verify that it's a real deal piece of currency. The visibility, so I can break this down. I can make this into a $5 bill, a $1 bill, a $10 bill. I can make change, right? It's divisible. It's durable, right? If I put this out in the rain, it'll get wet, but it won't disintegrate, okay? I can wash it and dry it, and I can crunch it up if I want to crunch it up and I can open it back up and, you know, it's still a $20 debt note, piece of currency. And what else? It is fungible. Okay. So I can take this, I can give this to Tashin, she can take it, she can give it to Chris, he can take it. And we, you want it, Chris?
No,
You don't want it?
I could use. I'll probably use it and try to move it. I will have to move it.
Oh, right, because it's also a medium of exchange, right? So I can take this and I can exchange it for a product, good, or service. If I want to get some nail polish, I can, you know, swap it for some nail polish. If I want to, you know, get a $20 massage, I can go get a service. I get a $20 massage. Probably won't be that good, but I could get one. And so yeah, so that's what this is all about, right? So it fits those things. It's durable, divisible, you can verify it, it's portable, and it's fungible. I want to know how scarce this is, because that's another piece of the puzzle here. Money has to have some scarcity to it. So if we're talking about intrinsic value, if we're talking about there only being a limited supply, and you need to ask yourself this question, because given today's situation, if you've never known anything about money or currency before today, before this month, right, before this current crisis, you know that trillions of dollars are being printed, ink on paper is being printed to give to individuals, small businesses, to the banks, and so on and so forth. So there's no scarcity with this. It does not fit the attributes of what money is. So this is not money. It is.
So then, Alicia, back to the video that Chris showed during our last episode, where they're printing the $2,000. Then Chris, what Alicia is saying, that since it's not scarce, they're just printing it. Does really all of those other attributes about it matter? I mean, really, does it matter? Because what? If they could just print it, so what does that look like for us who may think that that's something? The fact that they're given $2,000 based on what Alicia just said, it's not it's not scarce. So if they could just print money, then what? What does that do to us?
It actually just means that the value of the money is a loss of value. It's nothing that's it has no real value. Actually, it's more debt. Pretty much, if you're printing it out of thin air and it has no value, it has no scarcity to it, then that means it's there's more units that's able to be put into circulation, which deflates the value, which takes away from the value pretty much. So
it makes it just a piece of paper.
Right. It does not store its value whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, you can't store the value of whatever the money. So say even if they gave you the $2,000, it wouldn't maintain that same amount of value. The longer you held on. The longer you held on to it, the more you would lose.
So then, Alicia, so I guess that's the difference between just the medium of exchange and it being scarce, which is why we hold gold. I guess that's what you were about to get into. You can go ahead.
Chris or I?
You, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, yeah. So this is currency because we move it in order to get a product, good, or service. And that's why it's called currency, just like the currents in the ocean, they move. So this is currency. It has to move. It has to move. You have to move it. And like we've learned from our fellow wealth builders, money needs us, right? We don't need this because this is just paper on ink. But the money needs, the currency needs us to move it into a better source of value if we want to keep it, right? So you use this, you can pay for goods and products and services, you can, pay your bills with this right now. But if you want to keep it, right? So we've learned that it's not about what you make, it's what you keep, right? And not just what you keep, but what you protect, and not just what you protect, but what you can grow. And so you can't do all of that with this. However, if you have something like this, which if you take this, you'll get this for it, right? We exchange this for this. This is
Right.
4/10 gram of gold in a cash gold note, if you will. And this has gold embedded in the note.
Man, that thing look good too.
Right? Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do. We pay our bills, but we save in real money, because this is going to store your value. This is going to hold the value. So you'll put this into this, and this will always be no less than this. It'll always be this or more. It'll grow. This is how you protect this with this. If you want to keep this, you put it in this. Okay.
Oh,
And that's it. That's the difference between currency and money, or money, right? However you want to do it, you have to understand that there's a difference. And that's why we're here. We are the Real Money Entourage. We're trying to add to the entourage here, and we want to make sure that you're rolling with the right crew here, not just the currency crew. We want you rolling with the money crew. So yeah, that's the difference in a nutshell. It's not complicated, right?
it's really not.
In layman terms, this is how you secure the bag.
That's the real bag.
The bag without the holes.
That's
the
right.
bag without the holes.
You secure your bag in gold. This is how you see. Everybody talks about they securing the bag. They trying to get to the bag. This is not the bag. This ain't the bag. This is what you need. This is what you need to get to the bag. You're not securing the bag if you don't have any gold. You're not securing any bag. You don't have any lock and key and your money secure if you don't have any 24 karat gold. I ain't say 14. I ain't say nothing about no 8, no 9 karat. No, I ain't say nothing about none of that. If you don't have 24, then you're not securing no bag. Layman's terms.
So Chris, no, you're good. So listen, let's back up a little bit. So Alicia talked about the attributes of currency versus money. Why don't you tell the people about the fiat currency and where it actually came from? Like, because some people like, okay, well, I've been using this my whole life. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would I? What are you talking about?
You got to go back at least to your great grandmother, which at the time, of course, we wasn't here. That was around like what, 1913. Okay. So you had the 10 wealthiest families that created the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not a bank, and it's a private agency or business. It's not even attached to the government. Well, in a way, so to speak, but it's howsoever they created this dollar. This dollar was backed by gold. That means that if you didn't have gold, you didn't have any money. Before the dollar was here, gold was used as a form of money. After the dollar was created, the dollar was pegged to gold up until 1971, where Richard Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard. On a TV show called The Bonanza, August 1971. Please fact check this information. It's very important that you do. People think that this information, because it's old, is not valid. That's not true. Doesn't matter how old the information is, it's history. History has to be repeated, and you have to know history. If you do not know history, you will be fooled like we've been fooled to think that this was money. because this was never money. Well, it was money from 1913 to 1971. After that, this was no longer money, or equal to money, I'm gonna say. Ever since then, 1971, we've been dealing with this printing press. They've been printing these notes, and we've been thinking that this is money, and it hasn't been money. Inflation has been attacking that dollar every year since 1971, and it's going to continue.
Actually, I'm sorry, Chris.
No,
Actually, to your point, what I was just gonna say, just to back that up, the dollar has depreciated, I learned, since 1913. So since the Fed even came into existence,
Right.
your dollar has been depreciating. Please continue, sir.
Yes, because you figure it's so many different forms of fiat currency that was created by governments, by different empires or whatever you call it. This is not the first form of money or currency, excuse me. This is not going to be the last. It might be the last. Who's
It's probably the last of its kind. You know, now we're in the digital age, so everything is digital. I mean, whether we like it or not, but that's just something, and that's the red pill, but it's something for us to think about because everything is digital. So that means that if you're not in control of your own money, if you're not your own bank, then guess what? What you have could be shut off with just the flick of a button. I mean, those are facts.
Another
Those are absolute facts.
Another fact is that since we severed gold from the dollar in 71, or Nixon severed it, we didn't. And it was supposed to be temporary because those are his words.
Right.
The dollar has really been sustaining itself on what they call black gold or liquid gold, which is oil.
Wow.
And if you're looking at the news, or if you're looking at stocks and futures and all those derivative thingies that really have no value either, you'll see that they are in the negative. Crude oil's in the negative. People are they're what is it? They're paying people to take their oil.
Shit. Wow.
So understand that what was maintaining the dollar, or what was really keeping it propped up on its value, is not looking too good. And these are facts. Please fact check it for yourself. All we can do is bring you real information but it's up to you to make a move based on what your future would like to look like. So yeah, that was something else that definitely needed to be brought to light today.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so
actually, that's a major, man. That's the first time in, I think, ever.
Ever.
I think a barrel of oil is actually less than like $20 right now.
A barrel of oil right now is less than $1.
Word?
I just read the article. And it wasn't CNN news.
Listen, the world that we know is changing, and we have to move with it. And all we can do is just prep and be as prepared as we possibly can. Guys, we did awesome. We covered some good information and within our time frame. What do you guys want to leave us out with? I'm gonna let you close it out.
I just want to go a little deeper real quick with this oil. So in my own mind, right, because the Fed and the government are aware that our economy was collapsing way before COVID-19 happened, right, quote unquote. So there had to be something that they could blame it on. And keeping people home means that people don't travel. And if people don't travel, then that means they're not buying gasoline. So if you're shutting down the exchange of of currency for goods and services, you're shutting that down. Now you're shutting down transportation. So whatever you did have holding this,
Man.
you shut it off. So now we can blame something other than the fact that we're already $23 trillion in debt on.
Actually, more than that. Right.
Right. Now it's more. But prior,
right.
About 23 trillion. And now we have something, or they have something to actually blame it on. So just look at how things are unfolding. Please look at how things are unfolding. Seek out the truth. This is this is real. This is real. What's happening is real. What you feel is real. If you feel uncertain, if you feel unsettled, it is real. It is real. This is not a scare tactic. This is not fear mongering. If anybody is doing fear mongering, it is definitely the media, the United States government. You know, just be careful what you allow in, because it'll definitely determine your next move, and hopefully it's a good move. So
that's right. Chris, you want to close this out, sir?
Do some research, please. Please do some research and love your family, man. Look for somebody to give a hug, or don't even hug them. Throw them a little salute here and there. You know what I mean?
Elbow love.
The research, man, because it's going down like this is the first time in history for a lot of everything. Never, things have never been this way before. Like, if this ain't telling you that something you need something to grab a hold of, something secure, I don't know what to tell you. Pray more, do something, meditation, read some books. Man,
Yeah.
you better go into this. You better do some headline and news. You better figure some stuff out, man. Man, it's crazy. Get some gold, man.
Get some gold. Look, that's the perfect ending. Get some gold for real. So with that, until next time, I hope.
Man.